This is the warm-up act, folks, so... You know, despite the fact that the national pollsters can't seem to ever get it right, people still love polls. And all of you have been the star of the CPAC poll this week, and you're about to hear the results from Donald Trump's pollster, Jim McLaughlin, my fellow board member, who really is one that does get it right. But before we hear from him, we're going to hear from Tim Constantine of the Washington Times. But I just have one question for all of you that wasn't on the CPAC poll. Was the decision to bring CPAC 2021 to Orlando a good one? Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Constantine of the Washington Times, America's newspaper.
You know, the Washington Times has been doing the CPAC poll for as long as I can remember, and it's a great measure every year of where conservative America stands. And you are unlikely to get much of this information from the mainstream media. As a matter of fact, before we get to the straw poll results, let's do a quick poll right here. When you are trying to find information that is what people in the heartland of America think, how many of you think CNN is a good source? How about MSNBC? In that case, how many think CPAC is a great place to come and get information? Charlie, thank you for the annual reality check. We appreciate it. You know, the most exciting part or the most popular part of the poll every year is the presidential poll. We look at who would you like to be the presidential nominee of the Republican Party in the next cycle. And I got to tell you, what's really cool about this is you look at all the names on there, and you look at how many of them spoke at CPAC this year. They understand this is where to come and reach the people that actually are focused on the issues. And the Republicans have a very deep bench. You know, for baseball, spring training started today, and every team has a star, but it's the teams that have a really deep bench that do well. And I look at the bench that the Republican Party has looking ahead to 2024. You've got people like Governor Ron DeSantis. You got Senator Josh Hawley. You've got Senator Ted Cruz. Senator Tom Cotton. All of those are potential candidates in 2024. All of those spoke here at CPAC. And then I got to let you in on a little secret. And please don't let this get outside this room, right? I don't know if you folks know this, but there's one other gentleman who might be on the ballot in 2024, and in about 10 minutes, President Donald Trump is going to be on this stage right here. So before we do that, I think you are going to enjoy, we're going to give you some of the results from the poll. Jim McLaughlin was Trump's pollster. He is also the Washington Times pollster, and he has put together this information for you.
Superstar.
I'll give you the 3-second sneak peek. You're going to like it a lot. Jim, take it away.
Thank you very much, Tim and Charlie. That was great. And I'll tell you something. We were the ones that were crazy enough in 2016 to actually say on the Sean Hannity show, the Friday before Election Day, that President Trump was actually going to win. And let me tell you, we got attacked by the media like you wouldn't believe, and I'm sure when they see the results of this, but I can tell by it, our poll was right by what we got. But without further ado, let's have some fun. I think, unfortunately, this poll is probably going to trigger a lot of the media again. What's the most important issue that's facing the country today? And by the way, this is an issue the press is trying to tell us there's nothing to see here. Remember, we allowed you to select 3 choices. 62% said election integrity, 48% constitutional rights, and 35% said immigration, the wall, and 32% said reopening the economy. Whoops. There we go. When it comes to former President Trump's issue agenda and policies, which of the following comes close to your own personal opinion? 95% of you want to continue his policies and agenda. 95%. Amazing, amazing. There's only 3% that want to move away. Must have let a couple reporters in. Would you like to see Donald Trump run again for president in 2024? Seven out of 10. It's tough to get 7 out of 10 to agree on anything, but that's pretty obvious. I can tell. That number's right, right? And thinking ahead, this is the ballot with President Trump in it. If the election were held today, who would you vote for? And the far and away, the front runner is President Trump with 55% of the vote. And the next is Ron DeSantis getting 21% of the vote. Then everybody else is down in single digits. By the way, that 3% other was people saying mostly Trump other candidates, so just so you know. Now, this is without President Trump. This is without President Trump. Ron DeSantis gets 43%. Kristi Noem gets 11%. Donald Trump Jr. gets 8%. So again, you see how important to everybody here, the grassroots, the base of the conservative movement, the base of the Republican Party, it is either President Trump or a Trump candidate. Now, here's the last one, just so everybody has a good idea. What do you think his job approval rating is going to be? What do you think? 90? It was 95 last year. Thank you.
Every year.
Made my job really easy. He's got a 97% job approval, but look at it. Look at it. Probably nobody in the history of the conservative movement has earned your support the way this president has. And look what's happened. It's pretty much gone up every single year. And not only do 97% say they approve of this president, in spite of the fact they're trying to cancel him, but more important, they're trying to cancel you. That's what this is about. And they're trying to cancel his agenda. And you've got 87% say they strongly approve of this president. So thank you. I've been coming to CPAC now for, this is about nearly, I used to come here in college. That's how long ago, almost 40 years ago. I appreciate it. And I can't tell you how much on a personal level, how inspired I've had by the people in this audience and the people I've talked to over the last couple days. Keep it up. And get ready for President Trump.
Yeah, sure. I guess they're giving us the music to get off.
That's it. We're good. We're good.
Real quick, we have one of America's premier pollsters here, and I know all of you saw the data that he just revealed, and you have your own takeaways. But of all that data up there, Jim, what's the #1 thing that you believe we ought to take away and remember?
That the Make America Great Again movement, that is the conservative movement. That is the base of our party. And you know, something we talked about the other day, NBC News, Wall Street Journal poll came out the other day, and they did this comparison about how President Trump had improved, the Republican Party had improved among middle class and working class voters. They just figured it out. Donald Trump is the guy that connects with middle America. He showed us how to win. He got record percentages among African-American voters, got nearly 1 out of 5 black males in this country, got 1/3 of the Hispanic vote, significant improvement, improved his percentage with Catholic voters, went up with women. Now all we have to do and build upon that, and I'm telling you, we're going to have the Congress and we're going to have the Senate in 2022, and it's going to come in 2024. He showed us the way.
Jim McLaughlin, thank you so much. Tim Constantine, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Stay tuned.
Have fun.